Hey guys, it's Kang, and today I'm going to be talking about why I think Bayonetta is broken or just necessarily top tier. Bayonetta is a lot of people consider her to be top 5, a lot to consider her to be top 20. There's not really an in-between, but I definitely think she's more on the side of top 5, as she has a lot of tools and a lot of things that I just see like no reason why she can't be top 5. I think she breaks the meta in a way that's just, she doesn't necessarily, she's not the best character, I don't think. I definitely think she's top 5, like I said. But she has just a lot of tools that are really annoying, and she's just a good character, but not in a good way. A lot of people feel the same way about Rosalina, how she has Luma and stuff. She doesn't have things that actually just punish you for, like, fairing at a high percent. It punishes people. Witch Time is essentially the reason why I think she breaks the meta so much. Witch Time is her counter move, and it allows Bayonetta to just slow time down for your opponent and move on her own at regular speed by countering an attack. So it could be any attack. It could be like needles up close, or like the edge of the up smash hitbox for Sheik, which goes like out away from Sheik's fingers. It's insane. I've whiffed, like, I haven't touched an opponent, but I've hit like part of the hitbox with up smash or Sheik, and I got killed at like 70% for that for glory one time. It's just insane. It can honestly kill at 60 if like placed well. It's ridiculous. It's a counter setup. It's punishing your opponent for literally doing something like a 4% fair. I think what they could do to fix this, in essence, is to like heavily nerf the amount of time you get to act out of it, or make it a regular counter. That's the least likely, I think, making it a regular counter. Also, they could also have to where it bases off percent of the move you're hitting, rather than like the strength of it, like most counters, or just, yeah, nerf it, I think would be the best thing. I think that would honestly make Bayonetta a very good opponent. I mean, she still has really good easy bait combos, or bread and butter, however you prefer to say it, which is another thing that makes Bayonetta really good. So this video, in essence, is basically not just about like she's broken, but like what makes her good and stuff. So, like, on the negative side of things, I think she enforces very safe and boring play. Now, a lot of people will say that way about Rosalina, especially in the early meta, but as shown at Genesis and Paragon and stuff, I guess the only really top Rosalina player is DeBuzz, but he definitely doesn't play as like safe and stuff as he used to. He definitely goes in and stuff more, and it just looks a lot better. Like, the meta is really improved for Rosalina. She's not as boring, I don't think, to watch anymore. But with Bayonetta, she hasn't been shown at any majors yet, which I'm honestly really scared to see. But it's definitely gonna be scary to see how like good she is, and like how Witch Time's used, and how her combos are worked and stuff. It's just really scary because she, like, as I'm sure you guys have seen on Twitter, like 0 to death combos and stuff. It's just really insane. And honestly, a lot of those are DI, like you can DI out of them, and they're really early percents, which is even scarier. So I don't know. I've played around with her a little bit. Her combos are like really good. She's definitely very good offensively and defensively. So I think that's what makes her so good. Her combos are just like insane. Like, you can just do side B on the ground into up B, side B forward, side B backwards, up B, and then an up air, and it can kill your opponent at like 20%. It's really insane. Also, another like thing about her counter that I think is a big problem is that she's top tier and she has a counter. Now, many of the characters in the game that have counters are lower tier, such as Palutena, Ike's like B tier, Marth, who is C tier, like characters of that caliber, which makes sense because a lot of their tools aren't always viable, so a counter is a good punishing option, which I think that's fair enough. But she's actually like top tier, so it's really bothersome. That a top tier character like who has like good tool set just has a counter that's that powerful. It'd be understandable if it was like Palutena's counter, but Bayonetta's already good enough as is. Another problem I think is that her recovery, this hasn't really been talked about, but her recovery is just really like, it's insane. You can spike an opponent with like her like falling down air and like wall jump and stuff and recover back to the stage. And she can still Witch Time out of falling out of recovery, which I think is honestly really broken. I think she should be in free fall rather than like not being able to use up B again. It really bothers me that you can use counter again. I think that's just insane, and like it just gives your opponent or your Bayonetta even more options just to like counter like a punish for like a messed up recovery. The one good thing about, like, I guess not good but bad for her is like her recovery. It's definitely very linear, so I mean it's definitely punishable, but still, like, the fact that she can recover from like the bottom of the stage after like spiking, I think it's just insane. I think, like I said, she's top 5. She's definitely very good. I'm excited and scared to see how well she does in the meta. Tell me what you guys think about Bayonetta in the comments. Yeah, so that's about all my thoughts for Bayonetta. I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.